Welcome everyone. In this video we will learn about Vogel's approximation method. So it is the third method in our series of our transportation problems. So in Vogel's approximation method we will use the similar kinds of transportation table which we have been using in our previous two methods. Okay, so in the table to solve Vogel's approximation method we will use an additional column and additional row as compared to our previous two methods. So you can see we have this additional column one which will you will write row penalties in this, and we have one additional column, this one, in which you will write the column penalties. Okay, so what is the difference between Vogel's approximation method and other two methods? Is the difference of choosing the cell in which you will do the operation, this cell. Like for example, in northwest corner method we always choose the cell which was in the northwest corner. Okay, in the least cost method we chose the cell which was the least. Let's say this 8 is the least in this, so we will choose this in least corner in least cost method. While in Vogel's approximation method we will not choose the cell by any of this method, we will use a different method. We will accommodate row penalties and column penalties in this, and based on the row and column penalties we will choose the cell of our use. So how to choose this, how to solve this, let's see now. So firstly we have to identify which one is the least value in each cell and each column. For example, let's see the first row, which is this one, S1. Okay, let's see this row. Okay, and what we have to see in this row, which one is the least value and which one is the second least value. So keep your attention on the row 1, S1. So in row S1 this 10 is the least value and this 19 is the second least value. So what will be our penalty? Penalty will be the subtraction of the second least value and the least value. Okay, so here penalty will be 19 minus 10, that will be equal to 9. Moving to the next row, which is S2. Okay, so in row S2 what is the least value is this 30, and what is second least value is this 40. So we will have a difference among them, 40 minus 30, that is equal to 10, and 10 will be our penalty of this row. Moving to the next row, we have 8 as least value and here 20 as the second least value. So the penalty of this row is 20 minus 8, that is equal to 12. Okay, so these are our row penalties. Now we will move to column penalties. So let's see in the column D1, this column D1 right here. Okay, so in column D1, 19 is the least value and we'll see 40 is the second least value. So the difference of them, 90 minus 20, that is 90 minus 40, oh sorry, 40 minus 19, so that is equal to 21. Okay, so 21 is the penalty of this. Coming to the second one is 30 minus 8, 30 is the second least, 8 is the least here, so it will be equal to 22. Okay, so 22 is the penalty of this. Now coming to this, 40 minus 50, sorry, 50 minus 40 will be penalty here, this is 10, and the last one is this 20 minus 10, that is equal to 10. So in this way we will find all the penalties of rows and columns. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to see which one has the highest penalty. So if you will see the column D2, this column has the highest penalty. This column is in our area of interest now. Okay, so among this column D2 you have to see what is the least cost. So this is the least cost, that is 8. So among the column which has the highest penalty, you have to choose which one has the least cost. Okay, so 8 has the least cost now, so you will choose the cell which is having this least cost. Okay, now in this cell the method of allocation is similar to what you have been using in previous two other questions, that was northwest corner and least cost method. So you will see that demand is 8 and supply is 18. So the less among them, which was 8, will be allocated here like you were doing in previous questions. So 8 is allocated here. So this demand has been met. It came out to be 0 here. And this 18 supply was there. Now it can supply only 10 because 8 has already supplied. Okay, so same way like we were doing earlier, because the demand of the cell D2 has been met, we will cross the D2 cell. Okay, so when we will cross the D2 cell, our penalties will change and we will have to write the penalties again. So coming to the first row, this is S1 row here. So our penalty will be same, 19 minus 10, that is 9. Okay, now coming to the row S2, here our penalty will change. Now our least is 40 and the second least is 60. So our penalty will be now 20 in this. Okay. Now coming to row S3. In the row S3, the least is now 20 and the second least is now 40. So our penalty in this case will also be 20. Okay, now coming to columns. So D1 column is unaltered, its penalty is still same, that is 21. D2 has been eliminated now, so there is no D2. You will not find the penalty for this. Now for D3, penalty will still be 10 because least is 40 and the second least is 50. Similarly, in D4 penalty is 10 because least is 20. 10 and second least is 20. So these are our new penalties. Now among these new penalties you have to find which one is the highest. So this 21, this one is highest now. Okay, so we will use this column now. So what we will do now, that we have to find which one has the least cost. So this one has the least cost here, so we will choose this and we will allocate. So demand was 5, supply in this is 7, so we will allocate 5 here. Okay, I hope all of you know allocation from the previous two methods. If you are not familiar with the allocation, how to do this, please watch the previous two methods first, which was northwest corner and least cost method, then come to this. Okay, so the demand has been met, it came out to be 0 and here thus it can supply 2 now because 5 it has already supplied. Okay, so demand of this D1 has been met, so we will cut this and again we will now write the penalties. So this has been already met, so there is nothing. D2 there is nothing now. Now for D3 it's still 10. For D4 it's still 10. Coming to row penalties will also change now. The least for row S1 is 10, the second least is 50. So row penalty would be 40 now in here. Coming to the second row S2, the row penalty will be now 20 in this case because 60 is the second least and 40 is the least. Coming to S3, now it will be 50 because 70 is the second least and 20 is the least. Okay, so 50. Now among these you can see 50 is the highest penalty, and among the in the row containing 50 as the highest penalty, which was the row S3, this has the least cost. Okay, so if you will see supply 10 is here and the demand is 14, so we can fulfill only 10 demand, so we will write this. Okay, so it has supplied all what it could have supplied, so supply capacity came out to be 0. The demand was 14, 10 you have met, so 10 demand still remained, came out to be 10 here. Okay, So the supply capacity of this row has been met, so you will cut this. Okay, so what will now again writing the penalties. So this is still 40 because this is unaltered. This is 20. Okay, this row has been met, so nothing here. Here let's see something change. It is still 10, and this came out to be 40 now because 60 is the second highest, second least, and 10 is the least, so 50. So now again reconsidering our penalties. Now this in that cell D4, 50 is the highest penalty, so we will use the column D4, and among the column D4, 10 is the least cost, so we will choose this corner. So now in this corner supply capacity is only 2, the demand is 8 here. Sorry, the demand which can be, sorry, the previous, there is one correction that in previous example we have met the 10 demand, so supply capacity will be 4 because out of 14, 10 you have supplied, so 4 will be here. Okay, so let's come to column D4. Supply capacity is 2, the demand is 4 here, we can provide only 2 demand, so 2 we provided, 2 capacity still remains here. Okay, and that will be, this row will be crossed out because we have supplied, this hole is meshed, so this row will be crossed out. Okay, now only one row has remained, so 9 is the supply, 9 7 plus 2, that is equal to 9 is our demand, so we will provide the corresponding supplies here, which remained here 7 and here 2. Okay, so now we have filled all, our demand came out to be 0 because we have supplied everything, and our supply came out to be also 0 because we have met the supply. Now how to write the answer? The value of z, the same method is same to write the value of z like we wrote in previous two methods. We will multiply our allocations in the corner with the corresponding cost, so it will be 5, which was in first, multiplied by 19. Okay, 5 multiplied by 19, which was here. Okay, now coming to this, okay, next allocation, so this we will add, that is equal to 8 into 8. Okay, now coming to here, which is 7 into 40, 7 into 40. Okay, similarly next, which is equal to 2 into 10. Okay, next is similarly 2 into 60, 2 into 60, and the last one is 10 into 20. Okay, 10 into 20, and this you will find out by multiplying and adding, and that will be the least cost. And in this way we will solve the Vogel's approximation method problems, and this method is believed to give you the most precise results among the all three methods. Okay, so the cost which you will get from this method will be the least among all the methods. Hope you understand this question. If there is any doubt, please write to me.